On top of that, we also have, as part of Level Up, we have the ability to, various different vehicles. Again, we have credit building, we have business funding. We get you when it comes to entrepreneurship. This is the place to be at. If you really want to get to a place, a community-based program or organization that really helps you when it comes to getting to the next level, Level Up is definitely that place. We do not do silly courses. We actually do boot camps that are tactical and tangible that can really allow you to understand and get the right information and also how to apply it as well. Again, there's one thing and there's one big difference when it comes to having a theory. So you can learn something, but again, applying it is where you actually get the real sauce. I'm telling you, let's put some fires in the chat. Today's going to be a super, super, super good session with Mr. Beezy all the way from London, talking about the hunting season, what we do. That's what we do. It's time to level up. It's time to grind. It's time to show what we about. We're all talented. God gave us the ability to be talented. And again, all we got to do is just take care of the rest. So with that being said, before we bring on Beezy, I do want to bring on my brother, Martin Mukasa. Martin, what up, bro? How you doing?
Doing good, brother. How you doing? How you doing? How's everything?
How's your day? What's up, man? Talk to me. What's up?
We're good, man. This is one session that we've definitely been waiting on. Highly, highly excited. And bro, I don't even want to waste any time. I just want to go into it. I just want to go into it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
let's get it. Let's bring the man out. Let's bring him in. Let's get things going. Let's just take over today. I'm gonna let him do his thing.
Let's get it. Beezy, what up, baby? What up?
I'm good. I'm good. How's everyone doing, man? How's everyone doing?
We got to see the fires in the chat. Listen, we got to see the fires in the chat. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. It's time to level up. It's time to hunt. So, Beezy, quick question. Before we go into your presentation, we definitely want to get to know you. Talk to us about who you are, what got you into motivational speaking. Why is that your purpose? So, like, why is it your purpose to inspire other people?
All right, cool, man. So I started motivational speaking literally 12 years ago, and believe it or not, man, I didn't want to be a motivational speaker, but it was one of my friends that was like, she was working for this company that like sent speakers all across the UK, and she was like, "Look, BZ, I think you'd be really great for this company, man. You should come check them out." So I said, "I don't know, man. That's not really my thing. I can talk to people kind of one on one or a small group, but like talking to big audiences, that's not really me." She said, "Look, man, just come and check it out, give it a go, and take it from there." So that's what I did. I went, I checked it out, and to be honest, the speakers that I went to go and kind of like observe and see, they motivated me, inspired me, and made me start thinking about my life, my future, my purpose, and what I wanted to do. And the first motivational speech I gave, I just had loads of people coming up to me afterwards saying, "You know what, you changed my life. That was so good. That really was helpful." And I found it so fulfilling. And 12 years later, whoo, well, we deep in the game now, and we've been going in, man, changing lives all across the country. I've had the opportunity to go to countries like Scotland and Switzerland as well. So we're going global, baby. We're going global. I'm honored, to be honest. I'm honored, man.
I love that. I love that. So, Beasley, just a follow up question here for you. Oftentimes people say that motivation fades, right? Motivation tends to fade. What's your answer when it comes to that?
Yeah, 100%, man. Motivation's like petrol to a car. There's only so much, so far it can take you, unless you're constantly topping yourself up with motivation. But the key is discipline. Ultimately, man, it's all about discipline and consistency. And the thing about discipline is it doesn't require motivation. It just requires you to make a decision, man. So a lot of the times, I feel like people confuse motivation with discipline. The thing that we really need if you want to be successful is discipline, man.
Let's get it. So, actually, can you talk to us a bit about how was it? How was it your first motivational presentation? Like, how did it go for you? Like, what made you want to get into that? What was the first experience? Share the mistakes. Share the lessons learned from that.
Oh, for sure, man. Do you know what? I was nervous as heck. Like, I was stuttering. I didn't know where to look. People were looking at me in the audience. I was nervous. I was like, I was overthinking things.
Hmm.
And you know what? For me, I felt like I did terrible, but people came up to me and said, how much they enjoyed it. But one thing I guess I learned from that first experience, man, is that know how to tell your story. We've all got a story, we've all got a message, and it's so important that you know how to deliver it and how to tell it.
Hmm.
So for me, I took a lot of lessons from watching other people, how they deliver their messages, how they deliver their stories, because you know what you've been through in your life, but now kind of delivering that to other people to help them understand it, to help them gain inspiration from it, it's a whole different ball game. And those are some of the things that I picked up on early on, for sure.
I love that. I love that. Can you also talk about, give us a story, like give us one testimonial, one story of, one big session you did and that touched so many lives, that impacted lives. I mean, I've seen your LinkedIn videos. It's packed of good stuff. Talk to us. What's up?
All right, man. I'm just gonna go straight into it, man. Like, this is no joke, man. I'll tell you about two occasions. So I got a message from someone that I motivated 10 years ago. That's right, 10 years ago. They hit me up on my Twitter DM, and they were just like, "Look, you motivated me 10 years ago, and because of you, I'm now a teacher in a school, and I want you to come and work your magic with my students as well, and come and give them the same motivation that you gave me." But on a deeper level now, I had a student that after I gave a talk one time, getting in my car, she comes up to me in the car park and she goes, "You don't know what you did for me." And I said, what do you mean? She goes, "Last night and this morning, I tried to take my life." And she goes, "Because of your talk and your presentation, you've shown me that my life has a purpose." Now, fast forward 2 months later, I return back to that college and I'll go to see these students. I'm looking at their final projects. And this girl, she comes up, running up to me, "Hey, Beezy, come, I want to show you my project." I'm like, "Yo, is this the same girl that came up to me in the car park that was talking about taking her life?" And I said, "You know what?
Wow.
You can never take these sort of things for granted, man. You don't know who needs to hear what you have to say. And you cannot just change a life, you can save a life, man." And that's just one of many testimonies that I have over the last 12 years.
Let's get it. Listen, let's drop some fires in the chat, man. This is big. This is big. And I also want to hone in on something that's very important that you said, and that is that every single person has a unique perspective. Every person has a very unique perspective. And again, your point of view can be super, super impactful to somebody out there in the world. And that definitely happened for you, right?
For sure. Definitely, man.
All right. So let's no more questions. I want to get to the presentation. I know it's about to be crazy. Listen, Beezy, the floor is yours, brother. Share your screen. We cannot wait to learn more about what you do. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. This is what we do. We level up, baby. Let's get it.
Let's go, man. So we're about to go in, guys. We're about to go in. You can see the screen, right? You can see the screen, yeah? All
Yes,
good, all
sir.
good.
Let's get some ones in the chat. If you could see the screen, some ones in the chat, some fires. I'm telling you, this is going to be a
Come on,
legendary
come on,
presentation.
come on, come on, come on,
Let's
man.
go, let's go. We're
What's
just
going
getting warm,
on?
baby. We're just getting
Go.
warm. All right. So I want to get straight into it, man. Mr. Beezy, international motivational speaker. I've had the honor of spending the last 12 years impacting lives, transforming lives, changing lives just through the words from my mouth. And let me tell you what's crazy about that. I used to get in trouble for speaking too much. Now they pay me to speak, right? That's right. I said I used to get in trouble for speaking too much, and now they pay me to speak, right?
Let's
And
get
that's one
it.
of the things about today, man. About know your drive, know your purpose, turning negatives into positive. That's what I'm about today. But I want to take my time today, guys. I want to take my time to bring some fire because, as you can see, I'm warm. All right, we're about to go in right now, right? And the reason why I call this hunting season, guys, is because we are in what I call the hunting season. Now, people ask me all the time, "What do you mean by hunting season?" Well, let me break it down for you. I tell people all the time, the world that we live in reminds me of the jungle. Now, talk to me, guys, talk to me. You know the law of the jungle. Those animals, they live by one law, one rule, and that's if you either hunt or you be hunted. And every single day when the lion wakes up, that lion's got one goal, that lion's got one mission, and that's to go out there and hunt. Because the lion knows if I don't hunt, I don't eat. If I don't eat, I don't survive. So every single day, the hunt is mandatory for the lion. Now, I need you guys to have that same mindset, that same mentality, where every single day when you wake up, you are prepared to go hunting. Now, what do I need you guys to hunt? I need you guys to be prepared to hunt success. Because whether you like it or not, failure will be hunting you. And if you're not careful, failure will catch you and it will stop you from getting the success that you deserve. So that's why every single day when we wake up, we got to have that lion mindset, that lion mentality where we're going to go out there and get the success that we want. let me tell you something, guys. If there's something that I've realized, if there's something that I've observed, we all want things out of life. Woohoo! Come on now. We all want things out of life, guys. We want a nice house. We want a nice car. We want to go on nice holidays. We want a nice watch. We want to make a nice income. But let me tell you straight off the cuff, right? You don't get what you want out of life. You get what you are prepared to work for. Woo! You don't get what you want out of life, guys. You get what you are prepared to work for. So that success that you want, ain't nobody going to give it to you. You have to go out there and take it. You have to go out there and work for it. So this is what I mean by hunting season. And we are officially in the hunting season. So 2022, we're hunting all year. 2023, we're hunting all year. I remember it was like last year. My friend said to me, Beezy, like, when are you going to switch it up? When are you going to say something different than hunting season? You've been saying that for the last few years now. And I said, oh, you're one of those. Oh, you're one of those. I said, every single day, don't you get hungry? And when you get hungry, don't you go eat? So I said, every single day I'm hungry, so I gotta go hunt. Every single day I'm trying to be successful, so I gotta go hunt it. And that's the type of mindset that we need to have, guys. Because let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Let me keep it real with you. Look at my people, so I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. Don't let laziness kill your dreams, man. Don't let laziness stop you from being successful. You see, so many people are scared of failure. It's not failure you need to be scared of. It's your own laziness. Oh, I'm going to put you on blast tonight, people. We can blame, we can complain, we can moan, but watch this, man. It's your own laziness that you need to be mindful of. You see, when's the last time you put yourself on blast? How do I know it's laziness? How many of you, and I don't even need you guys to respond to this, but I just need you to think about this. How many of you get into the habit of leaving things to the last minute? How many of you, when you know you've got something to do, you procrastinate and you say to yourself, oh, do you know what? I'll do it tomorrow. These are the things that I'm talking about. Listen, you ain't got to wait for January 1st to change your life, guys. You can change your life right now. Every single day when you wake up, you have an opportunity to change your life. Every single day when you wake up, guys, you have an opportunity to hit that reset button and start fresh. And this is what the hunt is all about, man. So we ain't going to stop hunting. I need you guys to keep hunting. And that takes me on to one of my next things, right? Called no grind, no glory. No grind, no glory. And what I mean by no grind, no glory, it simply means, right, don't expect to be successful without working extremely hard for it. Let me say that again. Let me slow down because I'm getting excited, right? It says, don't expect to be successful without working extremely hard for it. Now, why do I say this, right? Because I believe in the generation that we are living in today, people have made success look like it's easy. You know, you go online, you go on social media, what do you see? You see people showing their awards, their trophies, their achievements, but they never show you the process. They never show you the hardships. They never show you the struggles that they went through. And I want you to understand this 100%. You can go out there and achieve the success that you want, but I will not sell you lot a dream. I need you lot to understand that you have to work extremely hard for it. You have to work extremely hard for it, guys. See, if there's one thing I'm going to tell you today, man, hard work cannot be avoided. Hard work cannot be avoided. See, you get two options in life, right? You can either work hard, doing a job that you hate, doing a job that you don't like, or you can work hard doing something that you love, doing something that you enjoy, doing something that brings you happiness and brings you peace. The choice is absolutely up to you. But the one thing that stays consistent, the one thing that doesn't change is that you're going to have to work hard regardless. It don't matter what industry that you're in, you have to work hard. Hard work cannot be avoided. It's your decision to decide, am I going to work hard on building someone else's dream? Or am I going to put the work in and work hard and build my dream and, you know, leave a legacy for my family and create some generational wealth? That's what I'm on. That's what I want you guys to think about. So that's why this phrase, no grind, no glory. Because what happens is, a lot of the time is, we see the glory, but we don't see the story. Woo! I'm going to tweet that later. I'm going to tweet that later. You see, we see the glory, but we never see the story. You see, I tell people all the time, and the problem with success, guys, and the reason why I don't like to talk about success too much, because it's deeper than success, and we need to really understand this. So let me tell you what happens, right? When we talk about success, right, we make success look glamorous. We make it look appealing, attractive, right? But let me tell you something about success and the grind, man. The grind ain't glamorous. The journey to success ain't glamorous, ain't nothing glamorous about it, right? And what happens is, because people don't tell you about the obstacles, because people don't warn you about the challenges, because people don't tell you how mentally tough you need to be, right? When you now encounter struggles and obstacles along the way, it discourages you and it disheartens you because no one prepared you for this aspect of the journey. And I want to let you guys know today, struggle and obstacles and challenges are part of the journey. But as long as you are mentally prepared for it, when they come your way, it doesn't have to knock the wind out of you. You can be prepared to manage the adversity when it comes. So in order to do that, one thing we need to understand that's important is attitude is everything. Attitude is everything. Like I tell people all the time, man, what's your attitude like? What's your attitude like? Like, I want you guys to think about this for a moment. How many of you, and you can put this in the chat for me, right? How many of you have ever woken up angry and you don't even know why you're angry? Come on now, talk to me, talk to me. If that's you, just let me know in the chat, man. How many of you have ever woken up angry and you don't even know why you're angry? You might be angry because, the weather's changed, it's cold, it's this and that. But we wake up, there's days where we're angry. There's things that we allow to control our attitude, as simple as the weather. Some of you watch the news and it changes your mood. Or some of you let people change your mood and your attitude, right? Now, let me tell you something about attitude, right? You see, attitude isn't just about your behavior, right? Attitude is about your approach to anything, right? Attitude is about your approach to anything. And I learned a very valuable lesson about my attitude, right? When I was younger and I was in school, right? I remember, I had this French teacher and, she's teaching me French. And, I didn't think French was important because, I didn't see French as part of my future, right? And let me tell you what happened to me later on that year, guys. I went to France with my family and friends. I went to Disneyland Paris, right? And I got lost in Disneyland Paris. That's right. I got lost in Disneyland Paris. Now, what language did they speak in France? Right? They speak French. And at that moment, I was like, man, if only I had paid attention in my French class, I'd be able to at least ask for directions of how to get back to my coach. And that day taught me a valuable lesson about my attitude that, you know what, even if I don't find something valuable, even if I don't see something as part of my future, never take it for granted. And, I'm going to go somewhere with this, right? So 2020, we had a global pandemic. That's right, a global pandemic, COVID-19. And we was all impacted by the pandemic, all over the world. Everyone was going into lockdowns. And, for the first time in my life, what I saw was a part of our freedom being snatched away from us. You have to social distance, you have to wear a mask, you can't do this, you can't do that, only leave your house for essentials. Or, I don't know how it was for you guys in the States, but, we'll go to our supermarkets and we couldn't even get stuff like toilet roll because people are buying all the toilet roll, right? And it was crazy, right? And for the first time, I saw how people's attitude changed. For the first time, I saw the whole country being faced with adversity. But let me tell you what else I saw. The moment we got set free, the moment we came out of lockdown, everyone returned back to their old habits. It's like you almost forgot that you was in lockdown. You almost forgot how easy it was for them to take away your freedom. For some of you, for some of us, our income was even impacted because of COVID-19 because we hadn't prepared for it. And what I realized is everyone had a different attitude when it came to COVID-19, right? Everyone dealt with the adversity differently. And rest in peace for those of us that had loved ones that passed away. I had, people that I know that passed away. And it just taught me a valuable lesson, all right, about my attitude. Every single day on this earth, guys, is a blessing. Let me say that again. Every single day on this earth is a blessing. Every single morning when you wake up and you're able to open your eyes, it's a blessing. The fact that you can breathe and you don't have to breathe through a tube, right? That's a blessing, guys. The fact that nothing happens to you when you go to bed at night and you can run, that's a blessing, guys. We got to change our attitude. You see, I put out a tweet the other day. I said, you know what? Before we can do anything physically, we first of all have to do it mentally, right? It starts off with our mental attitude. Your mental attitude will affect your physical attitude. Let me say that again, man. Your mental attitude will affect your physical attitude. In short, what we do mentally transpires into our actions. And in fact, I want to break it down to you like this. There's something that I call the emotion cycle, right? So we say everything begins with your thoughts. So your thoughts then determine your emotions, which is how you feel. Your emotions determine your actions, and your actions determine your results, and the cycle repeats itself. So, for example, a positive thought will now give you positive emotions where you're feeling good. That then impacts your actions where now you're taking positive actions, and that will now produce positive results. But watch this, a negative mind can never produce positive results. A negative mind can never produce positive results. So if you're a person who's always moaning, always complaining, negative about everything, don't expect to produce positive results, because everything starts off in your mental, it starts off in your mind, it starts off in your thoughts. You've probably heard the phrase before, the mind is a battlefield, the mind is the battleground, and that's exactly true. That is where the battle for good and evil takes place on a daily basis, in your thoughts, in your minds, in your attitude. And I can't stress this enough, guys. Work on your attitude daily. Every day, renew your attitude. Attack things with a positive mentality, right? I say this, man. Don't let what you can't control impact you. Because some of the times we let the things that we can't control us, right? And don't ever let the things that are out of your hands control you or control your attitude, right? Now, it's one of my favorite sayings, man. Don't count the days, make the days count. Don't count the days on this earth, make every single day on this earth count. See, no matter who you are, and I said it in my video, no matter who you are, no matter where you are in the world, we all get the same 24 hours in a day. We all get the same 24 hours in a day, and your success is dependent on how you spend your 24 hours. See, while you're sleeping, someone's working. While you're out with your friends, someone's working. While you're watching YouTube videos, someone's working. What we've got to do, guys, we've got to make every single day count. You see, we talk about success so much. We talk about success so much and the things that we want to do. If I can encourage you all to do one thing, that is, don't count the days, guys. Make every single day count. Make every single day count. Now, I want to drop something to you, right? And it's this. I need everybody that is logged in right now to do this one thing for me, and that is dream big. And I know. It's one of those sayings that you hear motivational speakers say, right? You got to dream big. Nah, but I ain't saying this to be cheesy, right? I need you guys to hear me. I'm saying this from the heart, right? Now, there's a reason why, if you look at the image, there's an image of a child on the screen, right? The reason why I chose the image of a child and put alongside dreaming big, because if there's one thing I can tell you about children, children just know how to dream big. You give them a towel in the house, they wrap it around themselves and they think they're Superman. They get on the broom in the kitchen and they think they can fly around like Harry Potter, right? And even you at one stage did these things where you just dreamed big, where you just believe that you could do anything. And what happens is, and this is the sad thing about life that I've witnessed and I noticed, it's like the older people get, the smaller their dreams become. The older people get, the less they believe in themselves. And I need you guys to get back to that stage in your life, guys, where you just make a decision to dream big. Make a decision to dream big. Because I'm telling you guys, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. If you can dream it, you can achieve it, guys. The reason why so many people don't achieve the dreams that they want for themselves in their life is because at some stage they stopped believing that they could achieve the dream. And that brings me on to this point real quickly, right? I want to tell you something, right? Doubt is a liar. Let me say it again. Doubt is a liar. Doubt has stopped more people from being successful than failure has. Because what doubt does, guys, is it causes you to overthink. It causes you to believe things that aren't true. It causes you to believe things that haven't even happened yet. And when you believe these things, right, it stops you from taking action. And so many people have got to a stage in their life where they believe in their doubts and they doubt their beliefs. And I need you guys to get back to that stage where you doubt your doubts and you believe in your beliefs again. That's right. I need you to doubt your doubts and believe in your beliefs again. See, guys, watch this. You've got nothing to lose by dreaming big. You've got nothing to lose by believing in yourself, but you've got everything to gain. Like, watch this. If you just believed in yourself for 1 year, if you just dream big for 1 year, imagine what you could achieve. I'm telling you, man, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. Watch this. I use myself as an example. In 2017, I've been traveling across the country in the UK, going up and down, speaking in various organizations. And I said to myself, you know what? I now want to take my speaking gift abroad. I believe I'm good enough to, travel to different countries and motivate people as well. People looked at me like I'm crazy. How you gonna do it? You ain't got no international connections. I said I don't know, and I just put it on my vision board. I'm gonna be an international speaker this year. And I kid you not, 3 months into 2017, I got an invitation to go to Scotland. Right, I went to Scotland, delivered my talk. It was great. We had a great time, and I came back and I was excited. Right, people are like, why are you so excited? I said, oh, I told you guys, I'm gonna be an international speaker. I'm an international speaker now. Put some respect on my name. And one of my friends looked at me and said, bro, like, you were still in the UK. And I was like, all right, you're right. Woo! I was still in the UK. But I didn't let that knock me, guys. I didn't let that negative mindset get to me. I said, don't worry. I will be an international speaker this year, and I will speak outside of the UK. And I kid you not, guys, 3 months later, I was in Geneva in Switzerland. They liked me so much in Switzerland that within 1 month they flew me back out to Switzerland. No. They liked me so much in Switzerland. They've been flying me out to Switzerland every single year since 2017. I was even in Switzerland twice in July, just gone this year. Why? Because that's what happens when you dream big. 4 years ago, you see you guys, you got the NBA over there, you got the NFL. Well, for us, it's the Premier League, football teams, right? And those of you that have been watching the World Cup, that's our sport, football. Or for you guys, soccer, right? You call it soccer, we call it football, right? And I remember I said, I'm going to talk to professional football teams. So, that would be the equivalent to talking to, NFL football teams or, NBA basketball teams. And in summer just gone, I had the opportunity to speak to one of the professional football teams. Guys, I said 4 years ago I was going to do it, and it manifested this year. But that's what happens when you dream big, guys. When you dream big and you refuse to give up on your big dreams, I'm telling you, you can make those dreams a reality. But another thing we got to do, guys, is we got to act now. We gotta act now. That's right, man. We gotta act now. Because so many of you have fallen into what I call the tomorrow trap. And when you have something to do, you say you're gonna do it tomorrow. But let me tell you something, because you guys are my people, right? Tomorrow doesn't exist. You will never ever live in tomorrow. You see, when that clock says 11:59 at night and it strikes midnight, you go from today into today. Oh, let me break it down for you, because I'm bringing the heat right now, right? So listen, we can all agree that 11:59 tonight is still today, right? When the clock strikes midnight, it becomes a new day. We can agree that, right? And now that new day is now today. So we literally go from today into today. So if you're going to get anything done, get it done today. If you want to make any changes, make those changes today. I remember, I was given a talk to a group of young people one time, and I got really passionate in the talk because I get passionate, right? And I remember saying to them, I was like, today is the most important day of your life. And they just looked at me like, what? And then one of them raised their hand and was like, what about my birthday? And I was like, hey, I ain't saying your birthday ain't important. But I said the point I was trying to make is that, you know what? You can't do anything about yesterday in the past because it's gone. You can't do anything about tomorrow in the future because it hasn't come yet. I said the only thing you can physically do something about is today and right now. And that's why I say today is the most important day of your life. So whatever you guys are doing, my people, man, make sure you guys are taking action. Make sure you guys are executing on those goals. Don't be those people that, you know what, you say you're going to do something and you don't do it. Because I can tell you right now, man, a lot of people don't get the success that they want. A lot of people don't get the success that they deserve. Not because they don't have the ability, simply because they don't finish what they start. So if I can encourage you guys to do anything, it's please, 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 when you say you're going to do something, make sure you follow through with your actions. Don't just be someone that talks about it, be someone that walks it, and you are about it, right? Another thing that's really important, for me is confidence, right? And confidence for me is two things. Confidence is number one, a conscious decision that you have to make. And number two, confidence is another way of saying you need to believe in yourself, right? And I've been banging on about believe in yourself. And I tell you why, right? So, one time I was delivering a speech at a college, and there was this boy in the audience, and I asked him randomly, I said, hey man, what's your dream for your life? And he said to me, I want to be a professional opera singer. And I was like, what? Because that's not something you hear every day, like people saying they want to be a professional opera singer. So I was like, you want to be a professional opera singer? He was like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool, come out to the front. So, he comes out to the front. I'm like, yo, I want to check one more time. You want to be a professional opera singer? He's like, yeah, I want to be a professional opera singer. I was like, oh man, that's great. Do me a favor, man. Go sing something for us. He's like, nah, it's not happening. I was like, no, it's cool, you're good. Like, go on, sing for us. He's like, nah, it's not happening. And I said, but why won't you sing for us? He said, I'm just not a confident person. I said, okay. So I asked him another question, right? And I said to him, you know what? How would it make you feel if you was to become that professional opera singer? And he looked for a moment and he was like, happy. I'll be proud. And I was like, yeah, man. So you know what? You should sing. And he looked at me and he was just like, no. Right? I was like, oh man, didn't work. But then I had a light bulb moment, right, guys, and I realized what was happening. So I asked him one more question. And I said to him, you know what? When I asked you to sing, what went through your mind? And he looked at me and he said, everybody's going to laugh at me. So I said, so what you've done is you've believed something that isn't true. You believe something that hasn't even happened yet. And because of that, you've allowed it to determine your actions. And you know what? So many of us do that on a daily basis. We believe things that aren't true. We believe things that haven't even happened yet. And we allow it to dictate our actions. So, I asked them another question, right? And I said, hey, man, I'm not even trying to offend you. But I said to him, how do you expect to become that professional opera singer, right? And you're singing in front of millions of people all across the world, if you can't even sing in front of a small room of people that you know? And I don't know what that triggered in him, guys, right? But out of nowhere, this guy just started singing, and all I heard was, da, 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 da. I ain't no opera singer, right? But you get my drift, right? And this guy started singing. And let me tell you something, he was so good that by the time he finished, everyone gave him a standing ovation. It was like, oh yeah, that was amazing. But what got to me, right, was the look and expression on his face as he was going back to his seat. He looked like a kid in preschool. He was going back to his seat like, I did it. And I said, that's what happens when you make a decision to be confident. Your confidence is rewarded, right? Watch this, guys. Say it with me. Confidence is rewarded. Confidence is rewarded. I am where I am today. I've been able to do the things I've been able to do in my life simply because of confidence. I'm telling you, man, confidence will take you places that talent can't even take you. I must say it again. Confidence will take you places that talent can't even take you, man. I'm telling you, confidence is just one of these underrated, what I call skills, that if you can tap into it, man, confidence can literally change your life. Now, one thing I want us to understand today, right, is this, man. As we pursue our goals, as we pursue our dreams, one thing we have to understand is the struggle is real. I feel you. We're all people, man. The struggle is real. And, I never forget about 3 years ago, I was delivering a talk at a university. And, it was a really mature audience, I would call them like my parents' generation. And, this lady asks me a question in the audience. She said, "Look, Mr. Beezy, I hear what you're saying about going out there and grinding and working hard to be successful." She goes, "But I'm struggling." I said, "Okay, talk to me. What are you struggling with?" She said, "Well, I'm at university part-time, I'm working part-time, and I'm trying to raise a family full-time, and, trying to juggle all three." She goes, "I'm struggling. Do you have any advice for me?" And the first thing I thought was, "Whoa, that's kind of deep, man." But then I asked her a question, right, guys? And I said to me, "Talk to me." I said, "Okay, I got you." I said, "How long left do you have of your university course?" And she said to me, she's got a year and a half left. I said, "Okay, brilliant, man." I said, "Here's what I need you to do." I said to her, "I need you to keep struggling for the next year and a half." And she looked at me like, "What? That's not motivational." I said, "No, you've misunderstood me." I said, "The reason why I need you to keep struggling for the next year and a half is because in a year and a half time, you're going to get some qualifications, and that's going to put you in a position where you'll probably never have to struggle another day again in your life. But I said, understand this, if you give up now and you throw in the towel now, you're not going to get those qualifications, and that can leave you in a position where you end up struggling for the next 30 to 40 years. But understand this, the struggle cannot be avoided, so choose today which struggle you want." And she said to me, "You know what? I'll take a year and a half." And ladies and gentlemen, my people, you might find yourself in the same position right now where for a while you've been struggling. You've been trying to figure things out. And my challenge to you today is choose your struggle. Are you going to give up at this moment where you've come so far and you're approaching the finishing line, and just because you can't see the finishing line, you're going to give up because you're struggling? Or are you going to make sure that you get rewarded for your struggle? Are you going to make sure that you get rewarded for your struggle? Don't let the struggle that you have been facing, don't let the struggles that you've been through in your life be in vain. Don't ever, ever, ever let your struggles be in vain. And as I wrap up today, man, I got to give you guys one of my favorite images, man. It's a very popular image. One thing I want to highlight on this image is you see the guy at the bottom. He gave up. He gave up, right? And we're talking about 2 or 3 more hits, and he's got the diamonds, and his life has changed forever, but he gave up. Now, I ask people all the time, and I say to them, why do you believe that this guy gave up? And people come up with so many different answers. He was tired, he couldn't be bothered, he'd been working for so many years, etc. And I like to keep it short and sweet. I say, "Do you know what? The reason why he gave up is because he simply didn't know how close he was to the diamonds." Because let's be honest, if he knew how close he was to the diamonds, he would have kept digging, right? And what's so scary or even sad about this image is so many of us start off like the guy at the top of the image. We start off motivated, we start off enthusiastic, and as we start digging away at the years, right, and we don't see the results that we want to see, we get discouraged, we get disheartened, and now we want to give up. And I want to encourage you guys that are watching me today and say this, man. Just because you don't physically see how close you are to success, and these diamonds represent success, right, it doesn't mean you're not close to success. The only way you will ever find out how close you are to success is if you keep going. But Mr. Beezy, I'm tired. I know, keep going. But I'm frustrated. I know, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You've got nothing to lose if you keep going, but you've got everything to gain. Someone said to me recently, "Mr. Beezy, I don't think you get it. It gets so hard at times, and I just don't see the light at the end of the tunnel." And I said, the reason why you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel It's because you are the light that's walking through the darkness. And I said, the only way you get to the end of the tunnel is if you keep going. So if I can encourage you all to do anything today, man, that is keep going. Keep going. You see, you will never ever have a brand new beginning to this year. But what you guys can do today is you can give yourselves a brand new ending. Listen, 2022 ain't over, my people. Let's make the rest of this year the best of this year. Let's make the rest of this year the best of this year. See, I need you guys to understand this. I'm going to lower my tone. I need you to understand this. Everything you need to be successful and to have a successful year, it's already within you. It lives inside of you guys. You are good enough. You are worth it. You can do this. Woo! I'm going to say it again. You are good enough. You are worth it. You can do this. So my people, my people, my people, I leave you with this, man. With no grind, there is no glory. So let's get grinding. Cause it's hunting season, man. Let's go out there. Let's make our families proud. Let's make ourselves proud, and let's change our lives forever. You know, you are the source. You are the motivation. You are the lion. This is lion season. This is hunting season, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Level Up, I want to officially welcome you guys to the hunt. It's hunting season. Let's go. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm gonna hand back over to my people.
Let's go, Martin. Martin,
Bro, I
what's
can't
up?
sleep after this. I can't sleep.
We gotta go
I
to the gym after this.
There's no way. There's no way I can sleep after this. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm about to go hunt. It's
Let's
hunting
get it.
season. You heard him right. It's hunting season right now. It's a time to get it. We talk about execution. We talk about you versus you. It's that time.
Yes,
It's the time
sir.
to put in the work, to put in the reps, right? Stop making excuses because that's not gonna fly. It's hunting season. You had busy. It's time to get it. That's all I gotta do. I gotta go. I gotta go. That's it. It's hunting season.
Get it.
Beezy,
Let's get it.
Beezy, bro, you killed that. Definitely want to say you killed that. I also want to say this is listen. You got people in the chat that are going crazy over that hunting season wallpaper. We need that. We
Yeah.
need
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
Give me
please
that,
send that
man.
over. Please send that over. Last question for you. Last question for you that I have for you. What's
Sure.
what's like your mental process as you are finishing this year? What's your mental process to finish on a very strong note and to also prepare you for 2023? Walk us through that.
I think, man, for me, I understand the importance of every single day. Like I said in my message, don't count the days, make the days count.
Mm.
So I'm fully aware that, you know, I ain't got to wait for 2023 to like make things happen. And I'm starting to make things happen now. Like a lot of people do this thing where it's like you wait for a new year and you become stagnant between now and the new year. And I'm like, yo, we need to hit the new year running, sprinting, hitting the ground running. So, and you do that from 2022. And I guess I'll leave you with this. Don't get ready for the new year. Stay ready for the new year. Don't
Love
get ready for the new year. Stay ready for the new year, and
it.
that's the vibe. The vibe, and we do that every single day. And like my boy Chris says, man, 1% better every
Every
single day.
day. Every
Every single
day.
day.
Come on now.
That's it.
Come on
That's
now.
it.
Last
That's
question I
it.
have for you, brother. That's the last question I have for you. What's the quote? Are you still going to keep the same hunting season for next year, or are you going to adapt it? Are you going to fine tune that or change that, or is it the same grind? We're going to same grind for 2023.
We always hunting, baby, because I'm hungry every day, right? I ain't here for no, as we say, man, no fluffy stuff, no gimmicks, man.
No gimmicks.
I ain't doing this for the hashtags.
Yes,
I
sir.
ain't doing it for the mob. This is a lifestyle. Hunting season is a lifestyle for me because no matter what you achieve in life, we're always going to be hunting something. There's always a next level that we're trying to pursue. So the hunt never stops, man. If you don't hunt, you don't eat, and
Yes,
I'm trying
sir.
to eat.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's it.
sir. Now,
That's my
what would you say has been your biggest lesson learned this year?
the biggest obstacle was you. When it comes to achieving anything, man, it ain't the government, it ain't society, it ain't your family, it ain't your friends, it's you, man. You know, and you got to learn how to get out of your own way. I remember someone said this to me, and I'm going to share it with the family today. They say, you know, a lot of people carry baggage, right? And there's a saying that says you have to learn to let go of what's behind you so you can go and get what's ahead of you. And so many people are letting what's happened in their past weigh them down. And you have to let that go, man, so you can run forward and go and get what's yours, man. So that's one thing I'll definitely say that I've learned, man. Get out of your own way. You are your biggest obstacle, no one else.
You versus you. You versus you.
That's it. Versus you, man.
We officially want to announce that Beezy is also, he will be our lead for the entire European region for Level Up. UK, Europe, we're definitely coming after you. Trust me, we'll definitely be out there hopefully by the summertime. We're going to do events. We're going to do workshops. We're going to do everything that we're doing here in the US, but we definitely want to amplify that and also propagate that out there in the European region. Beezy, I have one last question. I'll say that I had one last question, but the last question is this one.
Yeah, no problem.
What would you say? How can we level up the UK in just the overall European region? How can we help level up the community? What does the community need from us?
I think it's the same thing that you guys are doing in the US, man. We need financial literacy, how to learn. We need to learn about investing and stocks, because for a long time, stocks was really a US thing, man, and not something that we really kind of did in the UK until people like yourselves kind of came on the scene and kind of started giving us some free game. So I'll definitely say, man, listen, the same source that you're bringing in the US, we need it over here in the UK, because you already know we're cousins. So we need it, man. We need that financial literacy, the credit stuff, the entrepreneur stuff about businesses, credit, you name it. Everything Level Up is doing. I love the seminar I did the other day about setting up a car rental company. Just free game like that, man.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. We need to know how to do that over here, man, because we got families we need to feed as well.
Definitely. I love that. Beezy, thank you, my brother. Thank you. We definitely want to say thank you so much, bro. I'm telling you, this was really, really inspiring. There's people that are working out right now and they want to run through a wall because of how great you are when it comes to your message, your words, your vocal. Everything is perfect. So we definitely want to say thank you, my brother. Thank you. I also want to say this. For those that want to get talks and classes like this, please sign up for the Level Up Enterprises Discord. We do this stuff on a regular basis. We make money every day. We empower every day. We do this effortlessly. This is the community to be in. Beezy, appreciate you, brother. I'll follow up, and God bless, my brother. You already know.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Let's
Take
get
care.
it. You too, brother.